Perfect. Now I would like to welcome Jeremy to the stand, who is running for Vice President. So can I hear one loud round of applause for Jeremy?
Right. Hello, I'm Jeremy. I am running for the Vice President, and I'm going to go through this quickly because I sound like a chain smoker. So, this is a quick about me section because I don't know anything about myself. So I have a lot of art books, probably more than the Abbottay Library itself. So if you need any art books for your course, ask me and I probably have it. Computer arts for students. I'm also the main representative for the computer arts in first year. I also studied at UNESCO in Aberdeen, so if we have any, Aberdonians, but we're gonna also quickly speed run through a bunch of stuff I did. So I made a board game in Conveyor Ball, tried to get it kickstarted, failed, learned a lot, good experience. Then worked on Splash Safe through a charity. They didn't get funding. Womp womp. I volunteer with Secret Mechanism, which are like creating a sci-fi game. That was my entry for the Adobe competition, which was recently, which I will hopefully find out at the end of the week if I have won or not. Bunch of board game stuff of the board game and a bunch of designers that I met. There was a really big design hub in Edinburgh, so I was just thinking like for Board Game Society, I know a lot of people that are like established, published. Like, he has 3 board games he has published and are quite successful, like overfunded on Kickstarter. So I was just like drag the society over to Edinburgh. Also had like getting people to playtest it online through Twitch or VTubers or in person. So I had a tabletop simulator version of the game online available for free, so anyone could play it and test out what the game is like, and also get that exposure on Twitch. So those are also a bunch of people I have contacts with or worked with or etc. So they're like Kick and Dice. Highlander Games is also here in Dundee. They're just a bit further out, so they also have a board game cafe. So place to look, Blackwell's books, all that sort of stuff if you're more into like analog publishing, so connections and networking. What I bring to HGS. So I think HGS is running quite well right now, so I don't want to like overly change it, just flip it upside down. So just continue how it's going, get the members, get game jams, keep as it is. I'm not planning on like a huge overthrow the government of HGS, no more committee members and make it into a free-flow society. So, but I want to make it more outwards. So there's a lot of cool stuff we're doing inside right now, but I think with the HGX, it's good like get society members in, get talks in, and like get those connections going. Because right now with the talks, it's great, you're learning information, but a lot of people hoard the person and they kind of feel like, oh, I didn't sign up to be given 15 business cards. So just have it more, we have all these resources of people, but really set it up in a way of like, join the students and the society and the industry together in a way that's, mitosis for both of them. Here's a bunch of stuff I put as for separate members and how it would help out. So for events, I would try and help out lots of like showcases and whatnot. I also work at Dundee Heritage Trust, so I can get us a discount in Verdant Works, The Ship, and Discovery Point for any event. So for Treasury, I have experience getting grants. I got like £1,500 for my board game, just as a sole trader, through Aberdeen Grampian Young Youth Business something grant. Also Kickstarter, budget, excelling. For members, I have quite the range of interests in art books and whatnot, so I feel I'm providing quite a bit of not being another programmer, because I don't like programming, so have like somebody else to throw over if they need help with some other part of their course or in games in general. also fair amount of networking, of going to like Essen Spiel and all these kind of other events. I'm a bit more familiar with a wide range of how it's run in different businesses. Here's my big idea that is clearly AGDX elaborate, and I wasn't told. So, showcase the best games indoor and honors annual event where you can speed pitch a game to the people there, which I thought might be interesting. Get the people who are doing talks like Team Terrible and whatnot, and just say like, okay, sit here for an hour. Students will like, they book a slot, tell them their game quickly, and then they'll get feedback on it and say, this was good, this is what you should change, etc. Because pitching is a lot of the large part of getting a publisher. Even if you have a game thing, they need you to sell the game to them. So that's everything that's already happening. Other three things, so you have an annual showreel with brand. I think that would be quite nice. That we take a lot of videos and put them sporadically, but I think it would be good to like take all the videos and make it into the end of like year final show thing of like, here's what AGDS can do, or here's all the great students and all the great games, compact it and throw it into LinkedIn and shove it into the industry's desks. Competitive Games Lab become more involved in that because seeing firsthand how it was managed right now and us as student reps trying to get people to sign in was a hassle. So I think we have the people who run events, we do games. I think it would be good to kind of, put our foot in the door and be like, we can deal with this better. We have the members, we have etc. So just kind of collaborate with the Competitive Games Lab for the next esports league that we're doing. AGDS teams, I thought might be a good incentive for people to join in on things even when they're busy, especially like art jams or something. That doesn't need to be 3 weeks long and you gotta drop your coursework. With AGDS teams, it would be, you have like Gryffindor and Hufflepuff and whatnot, and then, alright, you participated in this, you get this many points. So at the end of the year, you can say, right, Gryffindor contributed the most in AGDS. So that way, even when it's busy, during the season, you can say, oh, I could do it for the fam. Take one for the team and just submit for these events. So, and they all join in together with the showreel and whatnot. AGN. Here's the big one that I want to do. So, AGN, the Abertay Games Network, I was planning to do, is essentially going to be like a large Excel sheet. This is based on UK game artist salary, which is a great, huge resource that UK game industry veterans use to show what they did, where they are, salary, how long they've been in the industry, etc., etc. I was thinking, if you're trying to ever find for alumni or people who were at Abertay before, you might find that out later, or maybe you never find that out, or you're trying to find people who could help you out in a similar situation. So I know in 3D, in computer arts, quite a few, if they do character design, they have like a contact in the industry who's quite willing to help out with it. So I was thinking, this Excel sheet would basically be anyone in Abertay who wants to be contacted once they graduate and whatnot can put, this is my name, my specialty is 3D environments, and I graduated in 2025. So we keep getting updated automatically that we wouldn't need to really upkeep it. And then people can look, oh, let me find what a previous student did, and maybe let me ask them about it. Or for recruiters, they can see, right, who graduated this year, and who is there? Can we get a character animator from here? Can we get a rigger? Can we get a technical artist? So it would just put everybody who's interested in staying in contact in the games industry, because the games industry is 99% who do you know, and they know them, and we heard with them, or maybe you remember this person did something, but you don't remember their name or what they did, or where they are now. It's also a good way for us as a society to look back on it a few years later and contact the people who graduated. So it would be this big Excel sheet that I would hopefully make like a permanent resource that can be run automatically. So, you create it, you make it, you set it up, you put it through Abertay, and then it would just be a thing that we can all reference. That is primarily my presentation and my big pitch. So, if we have any questions. Do you have any questions?
How many people would you have per AGDS team?
It will be a question of if you do it like a chosen football team or if we do it like a school system. Because school system is based on where you live or based on your favorite color or something like that. Or we do it like assigning, so it might just be randomized.
Would it be a large number then, rather than like a group of like 4? It'd be like,
Yeah, it will just be like anyone who wants to sign up for teams would get assigned a team in HGTS. So it's like, oh, do you want to join? You're on football. And then go.
I'm personally interested from a member's perspective, as an artist yourself, if you're planning on bringing any. I'm excited to have an artist on the committee. I'm wondering if you're planning on bringing any, like, if you have any like ideas for art events, kind of thing, that you could put on.
I would say, with artists especially, games are a big undertaking. So, especially if the art jam was really great, but for my year, quite a few people were confused on what to do or who is applicable for. So I think it'll honestly be fine if we make like a 3D specific event, animation specific event, and then we make it about a theme of make a something like that's a 3D model for Valentine. Because I think especially with artists we can get quite broad, so it's a bit difficult. So I think good events could either be doing these small specific ones like animation for October, make a spooky 10-second thingamajig. So it's a bit more specific.